What up? Happy Monday. We made it. Sorry, I got a little look at all this sun I got at PYOP. What a beautiful bit of weather we had Saturday. Couldn't ask for better weather. Lots of sun. My poor neck is about as dark red as my low dollar shirt. How's it going, Dave? Ed, how you doing? Tommy? Kennedy, what's up, brother? Richard, thanks for the stars, homie. Steven, we'll get your ass to some races. Erica, how you doing? It's good seeing you guys. Tim, how's it going, brother? Also, I thought I heard some rumors you were coming to PYOP, man. I was a little bummed I didn't see you there, man. Yeah, Richard, get your butt over there, man. Don't make me stop by your house on the way into the next one and drag you there. What's up, Eddie? How you doing, brother? Gearhead Rob, how you doing? Abby. Hey, Facebook's working this time. I'm surprised they completely locked my account out. They locked it out Friday evening, and I just got access back to it today. Completely locked me out of it. And these idiots want me to send them a picture of my driver's license and a copy of my social security card. And the only thing they got pictures of was this. And they got like 7 or 8 of these. And then I think they finally got the message that I'm not sending them no documentation. I don't know what a social media site needs a picture of your driver's license for. Speaking of driver's licenses, on the way to PYOP, where was we? Where did this happen at? Findlay. Courtesy the lovely Findlay Highway Patrol. $180 worth of speeding ticket for doing 84 and a 65. And they're scandalous even. I'm not complaining because I won't get any points. Thankfully when he clocked me, I was one below 20 miles an hour over. So true story. We're heading up there. We're northbound on 23. And I don't know. I'm not saying that I do this because it would be wrong if I did this, and I don't encourage anybody else to do it. But let's just speculate on the fact that I wasn't paying attention to how fast I was going. I should say how slow because usually I'm going faster. But I don't ever look at the speedometer. I just go with traffic. Whatever traffic's doing, that's what I'm doing. And usually what I'm looking at, speculatively, of course, is a movie. So I'm just ho-humming along, minding my business on the freeway, watching a movie, and I just happen to look up, and here comes the highway patrol, the opposite direction, tearing ass down across the grass median, busting a U-turn. It was like, I felt like Smokey and the Bandit for a minute, except I was in a Hyundai, and I was not going to try to outrun him. At all. I mean, not in this age. I'm not saying I haven't tried to in the past or whatever, but if I was on a motorcycle, I may not have stopped. We'll put it that way. But I was in a Hyundai loaded down with tent and merch and stuff. We wasn't out running anything. This dude was very happy and pleasant when he came up to the vehicle. I'll give him that. Findlay Highway Patrol. Good job on presentation. Completely and totally respectful. Great attitude. He was a little bummed out when he was like, I can't believe you was going so fast. Hey, I was going with traffic. Everybody else was going that fast. I was just happened to be the one that got caught. And listen, that thing ain't going that fast. I don't lie but sometimes you can't always tell the truth. And he said, but you was going 84 and a 65. I said, really? Which was the truth? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know how fast I was going. He said, you didn't know you were speeding? I said, no, sir. I wasn't aware that I was going that fast. And I don't know if he thought I was being a smart ass or not, but I dare not. By that time, tablets yanked down off the dash and hidden, and we're not, I'm not going to tell the truth, but I ain't going to lie. But yeah. So I got $180 worth of speeding tickets, or speeding ticket. Thankfully, I guess I could pay it online and watch an hour and a half video. And then they don't even turn it into the BMV, so I won't get any points or anything. Which he could have just let me give him the $150 there. That's all they care about anyways, right? He could just let me give him the $150 there, and he didn't have to write the ticket. I ain't saying I want to bribe a cop or nothing like that, but I'm just saying they didn't have to waste the paper. He could have just took my $150 and put it right in the police fund. What's up, Adam? How you doing, buddy? That's right. Never be the last in line. I can't complain. I haven't had a speeding ticket and I don't know how long. And I travel all over this country well beyond the speed limit. Waze is a wonderful app. It just happened to, I won't say it let me down there. It relies on other people with Waze to be on the road. And on that stretch of road, there just wasn't anybody to report anything. Well, it's because you got that 900 horsepower Trackhawk, man. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm in a 200 horsepower Hyundai. It ain't going nowhere. What's up, Scott? How's it going? Well, funny story. He was so worried about giving me the speeding ticket, he didn't run the plates, which were expired. So we didn't get a ticket for that. That was my main concern, was being stranded on the side of the road. Them impounding the vehicle and the merch, how the hell we were going to get from Findlay back to Columbus. And then, of course, get a sticker, get back up there. Because as we were pulling out, I was like, sticker expired last month. Funny story, though. I was like, man, I told Michelle, I said, man, I got you out of a speeding ticket once, being in drag. I don't understand why, you know what I mean? Reach out the passenger window or something. Just saying. Not saying, but saying. Whatever. Here we go. I got a ticket. Was it just the overflow? It was good seeing you too, buddy. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see you guys going down the track, man. Plus 10%. Usually, usually I'm like, I don't even want to say. 84 is kind of slow for what I usually travel. Usually I'm hauling ass, trying to hurry up and get there. What's up, John? How's it going? But we got there, stopped at the Pilgrim restaurant, one of my favorite little places on the way up there to eat, right there off of 157, exit 157 in Findlay there. It's just on the west side of 23. When you get off the freeway, it's on the, you cross back over to Brit. Well, if you're on north, anyhow, it's on the west side of 23 there. It's a little mom and pop's breakfast place with a yellow roof. And man, if you're ever going that way, north or south, whatever, stop by there and get breakfast. You won't be disappointed ever. Well, it was early. It was before anything was open. Yeah, it was at 8:30 when we got the ticket. So that dude's a dick. Don't let him fool you. The only reason I even talked to Sherm is because his wonderful wife and his two sweet, lovable puppies. Oh my God, don't ever make a video about Coney Island not being that good and then go back to Michigan. I did have a dozen or so conversations. It's Michiganders, right? I mean, that is the technical term, right? Michiganders. I mean, we're Ohioans, but I think you guys are Michiganders, Michigonians. But either way, Michigan people love Coney Island. I had a couple pretty intense, respectful and polite. Don't get me wrong, wasn't no drama or no heat, but I did have a couple intense conversations about Coney Island and my video about them sucking. Apparently they're all called Coney Island, but there's a bunch of just ask him, but ask everyone around him. No, Sherm's come a long way. I love that dude. He knows he don't get no slack here, though. He don't cut me none either, so it's all good. I agree. I hate IHOP with a passion. I don't know. They don't even know how there'll be fights in IHOP, but they don't even know how to get down like in Waffle House. Like they're sissy fights. Even the good ones are like when you're in jail, the guys that wear the pink jumpsuits when they fight each other. You know what I mean? Nah, fuck IHOP. Unless they want to sponsor the show, then I love IHOP. I eat them pancakes every day. Ding! No, not for real. Nathan's both sucks. So I guess though like they're all called Coney Island, but they're all owned by different people. And so there's good, I guess it's like anywhere else. There's good ones and bad ones. Apparently I just stopped at a bad one as I was instructed. So I've been invited to several good ones. So I had to go to a good one and reserve my full review, my final review until then. Waitress and cooks almost said. Yeah. I've seen a couple good little altercations over there at Roberts Road. Oh, there's still, yeah. I mean, some of them cooks, they don't even at Waffle House, they don't even stop cooking. You'll hear that hillbilly hibachi going ding, 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 and they're getting your shit ready. Like dodging plates and shit. They don't care. Oh yeah, dude, you missed an awesome race. You'd had a good time there. But I saw your picture over there trying to drag the bumper off this weekend. So I'm happy to see your progress. What's up, Amanda? Yeah, but are they good? We got a Phillips Coney Island here. I don't know. It's a completely different sauce, or Coney sauce, than what I had up there. So I don't know if they're all, Phillips Coney Island been around here forever, though, 40, 50 years. And it's okay. It's not great. It's okay. But, so beyond that, you finally get up there, man, and just get to hang out with everybody and see people I haven't seen for a while. And I don't know, man. There's just, Milan's one of those tracks, I know, man. Listen, I know I say this all the time, but God bless it. I think I just love them all. Yeah, I can't, you know what I mean? there aren't that many tracks that I just don't love to death, but Milan is definitely high up on my list there. Great people all the time, great company, great racing. Wow, did that track get fast? And listen, all bullshit aside, backwards guys gotten quite a bit faster than last year already. It's amazing to see the progress everybody's making. Because there's more cars going real fast. You know, first couple rounds, it's the first race of the year. They scraped it. Lanes seemed to be pretty even. I mean, you know, people were flying in either right or left lane. I know everybody always says left lane sucks there, but I mean, a lot of them races, the winner of the race is doing that in the left lane. I will say there does seem to be bad juju on the left lane in terms of leaks and accidents, that kind of stuff typically, but only had one accident. And thankfully he's all right. And he did hit the wall and rolled the car, but he got out of the vehicle and doing good. And I think it was just mostly like the shell damage, nothing too crazy. What in the fudge is a red hot dog? Poor man's lobster. I'm kind of scared to eat generic lobster or poor man lobster. Or do you guys just slice the hot dog so it looks like a lobster or something? My man right here, Bob Rice, doing the live feed, no prep fill-ins. And he's right, a lot of close races, a lot of close races. And it was good to see. One thing I saw was the progression everybody was making each round. It seemed like everybody went substantially faster every round. It was hot and a fresh track that had been torched and scraped. So, you know, first round was okay, was to be expected. But man, as we went further in the rounds, and then after the sun went down, as always, that track gets a lot faster. But I couldn't believe how much faster it got. Like, it got a lot faster. Bob always does a great time. Great job. Was always happy to hang out with my homies. It's red, not brown. We don't have brown dogs here. Interesting. I'm curious about that. I'm a little bit scared though. You call fake lobster. Let me see what we got here. I'll play a couple videos, and then we got Brian White, who won, was gracious enough to come on and hang out with us, and talk about his experience. And that's one of the cars. I mean, he just made leap and bound improvements as the evening went on. Had a little bit of controversy there. Things were tense for a few minutes. We'll talk about that too with him. And dude, that video is so funny that you posted up. I'd play it, but I'm afraid they turned the damn live feed off. But I did share it. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, Ryan's car was flying for sure. Yeah. Bob with his remix of it definitely had me cracking up. Let me see here. So we got let's upload something real quick. You guys can see a little something here. And I should have had these already loaded, but you know. it's gym day, and I'm running a little behind. So here, this will be a good example. This was second pair, first round. What's up, Alex? How you doing, brother? And that was pretty much the majority of first round. I mean, everybody was, it was a little hot and a little greasy, I think. And everybody was just smoke show. And it was just who was smoking the least. Yeah, I know. No shit, man. It was snowing here today. I can't now. I'm fucking addicted, man. It's like crack. I don't know what to tell you. I gotta go. Well, I don't go every day anymore, but I gotta go almost every day. Now that I'm trying to lift heavy, I don't go every day. I only go 5 days a week so I can recover. Let's see. Here's another good one from first round. That was later in first round, so you can see the guys are figuring it out and getting going pretty quick. Phil's never lifting. I was surprised he did pedal it there a little bit, but yeah, he's never given up. I love that in that dude. No quit. Hello, young lady. Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow is your birthday? Are you turning 21 tomorrow? Was that what I heard? Or is that's this week? So happy birthday. Everybody tells Jeff Thomas's sister, happy birthday. It's this week. She's turning 21. Was it? See, it didn't look that close to me, but my camera lies sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Phil's never given up. So we had some good races there. Let's see. We'll do one more and then we'll bring Brian on because he's sitting in the lobby looking at me like, when's this dude gonna bring me on? I'm tired of sitting here waiting to get on. Is that? Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing from the starting line. Sometimes I'll look at it and I'll be like, man, that was a bumper. And then I'll get the finish line. I'll get a call down from the finish line and I'll hear the results and they're like, that was a car and a half. That was 3 cars. Or sometimes it looks like the wrong one altogether in my lens. So I've just learned to quit guessing it. That way I don't make myself look foolish. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite cars too, and the MR2 Bros Racing. This is the LS version. The other one that's still rear engine. That thing just always on the freaking bumper the whole way down. They both fly. and I'm glad to see these guys going rounds. They've been busting ass the last couple of years, and they're getting it together. So they got that little thing flying, man. Definitely check that out. Absolutely. I got this weekend is so foobar. Oh yeah. Yeah, that Supra was flying too. They were having some troubles, getting it to getting it to work properly, but they made a few test passes and then it was flying. It was at Lapeer a couple weeks ago, and those guys are great, man. Always like hanging out with them, but let's watching them make passes. So let's bring Brian on and talk to him about his experiences this weekend and what he thought. What's up, man?
How's it going, everybody?
So, Brian, why don't you tell everybody who you are and where you're from, and just give them a quick little rundown about you and your shop.
I'm Brian White from Dakota, Illinois. I have a New Edge Mustang. I don't do much with cars, but I build bikes for a living, so it's kind of where my racing background comes from. So,
drag bikes,
motocross bikes.
Motocross. Oh boy.
Yeah. I actually ran a Supercross team from 2015 to 2021. So
big balls right there.
Listen, a lot of traveling.
A lot of traveling, and then I got so much respect for motocross, and then man, it's such a physically demanding sport, and it just I don't even know how guys get on the bikes with their balls, the stuff they do. I'm always in awe when I watch a good race, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly for sure.
So you raced, or?
I didn't race at a professional level, but I raced locally. I mean, for a long time. My wrists are so bad now that I can't really ride anymore, so that's why I picked up cars. So, and I actually didn't break them on motorcycles. That's the worst part.
Well, see that's how I got into this, was street racing motorcycles, but then I got too fat to lean over a freaking gas tank. And man, you can't be 260 plus pounds and on a motorcycle and worth of shit.
Yeah, you'll have a little 140-pound guy running around you.
Yeah, just give it up. There's nothing you can do, man.
Yep.
So let's see here. We'll here's you first round. We'll play this, and then let's talk about that. So, I mean, that was, from my perspective, I mean, I don't see people's draggies. Obviously, we don't know the times, but from my perspective, that was one of the fastest passes. I mean, I don't know how much you got to see, but I'm sure your guys were telling you it was like smoke show. Everybody was just lighting them up and making halfway decent passes, but typical stuff at the first backwards race of a track for the year. It wasn't anything that wouldn't expect. So what was your perspective on that?
That was actually second round.
What was that?
I raced that Supra first round. And I saw some of his passes afterwards, and I was like, dang, I'm kind of glad I drew that dude first round.
Well, that car is badass, but they always seem to have issues first, second round. They don't ever. I can't recall ever seeing them make it past second round.
And that was like 10th. I was like 10th pair first first round.
Let me see here. I'll pull it up.
But my first round, I'd like to take credit for that being my first round, but my first round wasn't near that good.
Oh, wait, here we go. I'm glad that you said that because I did remember. Which was one of the faster passes.
Yeah,
So,
it was a good clean A to B pass. Obviously, you go back and look at data, and I knew I could have put more in it, but I like undershooting versus overshooting because it's hard to recover from an overshoot. But
yeah, especially there on the big end, and again, nobody's been on that backwards, anyways. Nobody's been on there since I think October, November last year. So, there's just nothing down to help you recover if it does get too bad.
Yeah.
So we saw second. So then moving on to second, that I showed first. Oops. But I mean, that was definitely a nice pass. And even for that round was still one. I mean, I'd say you and Bumper and Adam Hodson were probably pretty consistently like the fastest three every round.
Yeah, that's kind of what obviously, like you said, I didn't get to watch all of them, but my guys were definitely telling me the same thing, that you're saying there.
Yeah, they, who else was it that, well, I mean, the Mac guys, they work real well together. I mean, they were all going pretty fast.
I think that RX-7 that raced Bumper in the quarterfinals, I think he was making some pretty good passes too.
Yeah, he was doing good there towards the end. I mean, he made good passes the whole way through, but he definitely picked steam up like everybody else.
Yeah.
So let's see, and then here's third round. Which
third round
ended up with a little controversy. Let's watch the clip and then we'll talk about that. So to go back a little, or to preface this a little bit, obviously that's John. He was racing, and so John switched from nitrous motor to the Pro Charger, and he was trying to figure it out, and he not to take away from your run at all, but he just was not anywhere near where he normally is. Didn't get that tune figured out, which was an advantage for you because fast as you were, I mean, that was a gap that you put on him. I can't remember, but I mean, it was a couple cars, wasn't it? 2-3 cars.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think it was. I don't know. There's one video that makes it look way more than what I actually think it was. Obviously I couldn't see him, but I could hear him there. So I don't know. Like anytime you're next to a car with a Pro Charger on it, like if it's anywhere close to you. But
yeah.
So
yeah. So I mean, you won. There was a gap. So it was indisputable. But one of the rules is, which we have the same rule, and I've had to enforce it a couple of times, and it sucks. But the rules are the rules, right? Which is if somebody from your team blocks the tire crack camera, and then the call comes into dispute, you're automatically disqualified. Which you were aware of that rule beforehand, but still, when you win with a gap, it's kind of understandably a hard pill to swallow. So what I was there for like the tense part, but then what happened after the tense part where you guys figured it out and you stayed in the race?
I mean, basically what happened is my girlfriend Amber, she is, I mean, a huge help to my program. Um, I always tell her that I want a video from the, driver's side, and she just went back to do her video like normal, and she didn't, it's my fault for not relaying if that's, like a big no-no. I'll take the blame for that. And she didn't knelt down to take the video and was in front of the camera. And yeah, they called me up. I mean, it got kind of tense, and then we actually had looked at it. John, his crew, and myself, they had a video of it down at the big end, and we all looked at it because, like, one of them was like, "Dang, you 60-footed this hard, like that might have been a jump," and one of his other crew guys was like, "No, I have a video of the whole thing." We all looked at it, and we agreed that it was a clean race. So we'd already looked at it, down on the big end, and so I said to Mike, I said, "Hey," I said, "if I go talk to John and he agrees that it was a clean race," I said, "can I, stay in this thing?" And he's like, rules are rules, but yeah, I mean, if he agrees that it's a clean race, there's no dispute on it, I'm fine with that. But if there's any dispute, obviously I have to stick to the rules, which, I mean, I understand rules are rules. I thought that, that was a stand-up decision on his part, and I went over, and I talked to John, and, he was very stand-up about it. He's like, "Man, I really don't want to give it to you, but, I'll admit, you definitely beat me, it was a clean race." And we agreed. I just told him, "Hey, if I win this thing, I'll make it, I'll compensate you for it." And so, I mean, we kind of came to, an agreement, and that didn't have anything to do with his decision, because I threw that at him afterwards. I was like, "Hey, dude, like, I appreciate it. It's definitely grateful for his decision, because, I would have been done at that point." So, but
Yeah. Which, I mean, just to put it out there, because I know guys are like, John's stand-up guy for doing that and that. But the rules are the rules. So John wouldn't have done anything wrong if he had stayed in the race. I know some people were talking about that at the track, but if you play within the rules and you advance, I will say it's a shitty way to advance. But that doesn't make anybody, because I did also at the track here, like, say negative comments about, well, if he advances like that, fuck him and whatever. But the rules are the rules, and everybody's there to win. And if you it's a shitty bone to get thrown, but if you get thrown a bone, I would never fault a guy for taking advantage of it. However, I also can appreciate when someone, especially as competitive as John is, because he's like one of the most competitive people out there, can put all that aside and just be like, "Dude, it was your day, it wasn't mine," and continue on and hopefully you win. And that was what happened. So it was awesome.
For sure. And I mean, I went over there with the, obviously when I went down there and they told me that at first, like, I had adrenaline going and made an ass of myself, and, definitely, I mean, regret that. But when I went over and talked to John, the ball was completely in his court. It was his decision, because, I was, we were at fault. I'll admit that. So,
yeah. So that was good. That was good. You got he got thrown a bone than you did, and you got to advance. So, and that's a hell of a cool story for you to have, for both of you guys to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially since you ended up winning. I don't know what you offered him as a thank you, but he then wins too, because he got a little bit of cheddar also.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I told him I'll give him $1,000. So he sent me his PayPal, so I'm going to send that over to him. And I mean, yeah, to me, it was worth it, because, I just like to race my car, and I'm like, man, it's, it's not always, some people, it's all about the money, but I just genuinely like to race my car. So,
yeah,
I mean, the money's a bonus on top of it. So, I mean, to give him something for that, I mean, I think it was a kind of a win-win for both of us. So.
No, I agree, man. I'm with you. I don't work for money, and I don't compete for money or glory or any of that shit. I like to win. I like to advance. I like to learn and move forward.
100%.
That's way more rewarding and fun to me. And as I'm getting older, I like, and this is a prime example, man, of the relationships you build with people. And clearly, out of this situation, I don't know what your relationship with John was previously, but this is something where you guys have definitely bonded to a degree and have to have walked away with more respect for one another at the end of it, which is awesome.
Yeah. I'd only ever seen him one time in Onondaga last year. But so we didn't really know each other, but I mean, it's cool getting to know new people, you know, especially good people. And it's all a good experience. So.
Yeah. And then these thumbnails are small, so let me preface this. You didn't come on a high quality show. If you ever watch this, you already know we suck.
No, dude, it's all a good time. I've watched your show before, so
look at this dude. What the hell? Want all that, and you've never offered to buy me Waffle House? You dirty dog. All that money.
I haven't been around for very long, so.
Who owes you $20 on that race? Guy still owes me 20 on that race, Brian.
Oh, he when they called that I was DQ'd, Andy gave his he paid out a bet on that, and then when they let me back in, the dude didn't pay him back apparently. So.
Oh, you know, that does Andy, I've been burned a couple times like that too. When they reverse the call, all of a sudden people disappear.
I actually met Andy for the first time. It was a funny story because I'm in a group chat over there, and he's popping up in there, you know, Andy Barnes, and my girlfriend's name is Amber Barnes. And like the first couple of times I saw him commenting in there, I was like, what is she doing in this group chat? And then I was like, oh, no, it's not him. And then we were sitting in staging right behind him for, what was it, first or second? I think it was first round. And just introduced myself and met him. He's a cool guy. So.
Yeah, no, great family. I love their whole, they just got it down. Like everybody has a job. If you ever seen them go up and make a pass, the whole family's involved, and they all are just bang, bang, bang. They're a well-oiled machine, and it's been awesome to see the kids growing up the last couple of years, and how enthusiastic the whole family is and how dedicated they are. I always enjoy that. What's up, Alex? So hopefully this is the next round. Yeah. So this was you and
I actually had to buy the round after John, and then this would have been the semifinal against Bumper.
Which I gotta tell you, Bumper was the fastest, hands down, the whole race. And I'm not sure if you talked to him after or whatever. This pass was not like the pass he had before. I was like, whoa, this is Bumper's. And Bumper does own that place. Like, you know what I mean? He goes up there and puts the smack down. So for you to put the smack down on Bumper, I was like, holy shit. Because I don't know, you tell me from your perspective, but from my perspective, so yeah, you had the buy around, which was a nice pass, but this was like a huge leap for you. Was that your game plan? Was that what you guys felt too?
I actually was pretty consistent from the third round on. All my stuff stayed almost identical. Obviously, you know, in this one, I knew I was going up against somebody who was making good passes, so I did use scramble in this one. Just, you know, like, just better to be safe than sorry. You know, I knew he was making good passes, so I did lay on it in this, so it did get a little bit better, but it wasn't drastically better than my pass against John. They were pretty close passes, honestly. So
yeah, well, but when I see a tenth or two more, and then I play the variables out of the surface and what everybody else is doing, I may sound a little exaggerated. I may make it sound like, oh, it's a second faster, but A few tenths is
Yes.
huge on a
No,
backwards
for
no
sure.
prep race, and it is noticeable to a lot of people. And this was like a, oh shit, he just figured this motherfucker out, and he went all in because. Again, this pass from Bumper wasn't as impressive as the previous ones, especially the one before, but nonetheless, man, that had to feel good putting Bumper on the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it did for sure.
Because it was probably about right there, was about to scramble, right?
Yeah,
that
I mean, somewhere right
that
in
was
there.
when I was like, oh, damn.
Basically, let it get out, make sure it's planted good, and give her a push and see what happens. So.
And that was the pass in my mind, anyways, when I was like, ooh, I think Brian just made the fastest pass of the evening. And then, but I will say this, man. Adam had to buy Hodson into the finals, and his next pass. I like Gap Train, but I don't know this outing of Gap Train at Milan was kind of like a whole new beast. I've never seen that truck put in work like it did this weekend at Milan. And man, this pass was like, I was like, this final is going to be gangster.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, to follow you up and, so to be there and see those two passes. Listen, I love racing. I'm a fanboy of good races, so I knew this final was going to be amazing. Were your guys still up at the line to watch that?
No, they were headed back. I think Jordan might have been up there still, but the other two that were with me, they were headed back already. But I knew he was making good passes, and I know him and Bumper are both buddies, so I knew there's going to be data shared back there of, hey, this is what I just did, and this is I knew they had a good idea of what I was doing, so I knew it was going to be a good race.
Yeah, and so did you change anything up for that, or just keep it the same? And
I kept it exactly the same. I kind of wanted to get greedy and try something, but I was like, what I just did is working, and I'm like, it's making A to B passes, and I just wanted to leave it alone and send it. So
yeah, so we got and this is the finals here, and so now were you worried about the left lane curse? Everybody always says the left lane.
If I'm gonna be 100% honest, I could go a 60-foot. I could go a tenth faster in the 60-foot in the right lane than the left, and I knew that. The rest of it I thought was pretty close, but the 60 was, the right lane would definitely 60-foot harder than the left lane.
So that's not that. I mean, that's not a huge difference then if you're talking lane to lane, though.
No, it's they were pretty close. So
yeah, that's good. Well, have you been there with the other car?
No, I had never been there before. So
that's your first time. Yeah, everybody always for years they always say the left lane's the bad juju lane, and it sucks, and everybody blames their passes on the left lane. But the last 5 PYOP events have been won in the left lane.
Really? Yeah.
So I gotta be honest, right about here, I was like, holy shit. I can't tell what that was, but from your perspective, what was that difference?
He was about a car out on me. I mean, he was out there pretty good.
And I didn't think he was going to win. I'll be honest. I didn't think he was going to win. And then he did that. And I was like, holy shit, where did this car come from? Adam done did some shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you can hear everybody else said the same thing. I mean,
Yep.
that's one of the best races I've seen in a long time. I know at the end, the finish line footage, they told me it was like a car and a half you won by. So you just steamrolled his ass after about, 300 feet? You just poured it on?
It was, I mean, I poured it on everything I had. I knew I needed to, so.
You can tell by the shaky footage how excited I was. So, yeah, looks like right about there, about 300. And then somebody was nice enough to get in my way. But, yeah, you could tell about halfway there, you really poured it on. So,
yeah,
congratulations for that, man. You took down a lot of big hitters in one race, man.
Thank you. So, I liked that event a lot. I'll definitely be back out there for more of them. So.
Oh, dude, it's one of my favorite events. The whole atmosphere is awesome, and Adam said it was a quarter of a car. Oh wait, that's not right, Adam. He said Adam said you let him feel good for a while, brother.
He's 60 foot of me, and I
is a
was
whole
like,
different
I'm
animal.
in trouble. Yeah. When he got out on me, I was like, I'm in trouble, but somehow I got around him. So it was a good race though. That was fun for sure.
Matter of fact, Adam, here, you want to come on and talk about it real quick? Let's see. You got time, buddy? I should have asked you to begin with. But yeah, man. So what's your next race? Where are you going next?
I'm wanting to go to Salem this weekend, Salem, Indiana, for that. What is it? The Spring Clash for Cash, I think it's called, something like that. Kind of watching the weather. It looks like rain down there, so hopefully that comes out of the forecast. But
stupid rain. Let's see.
I think there's also, isn't there the Rewind this weekend in Salem, Ohio, also?
Yep, Spring Clash for Cash. Yeah, so in Ohio, Friday we got Cincy Street Nights, which is front side no prep, in Cincinnati, Ohio. And then there is the Rewind at Dragway 42 in West Salem. And then also Saturday is Midnight Madness at KD Dragway, which is, I think, the first time I saw you. I think it's the first time I saw you race was at
KD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think it's also first round of the Hoosier No Prep this weekend too. In Indiana? I can't remember what track. Wabash might be.
Let's see.
This is one of them weekends when there's a whole bunch of stuff on the schedule, and I'm looking at them going, man, which one do I choose?
Ohio. Yep. Yeah, Hoosier No Prep Series at Wabash.
Yeah.
So a lot of great races.
Yeah, for sure. Just I think it's going to be one of those weekends. Watch the weather and see if you can get lucky. And they're calling for rain at about all of them, but figure out what
Stupid R word.
Right. So
that's I don't think I could live down south. I love visiting down south, but man, I love this region too much, but I don't like the weather sometimes.
Yeah. Well, at least we're not in Seattle.
Yeah.
It could always be worse. So.
Here, Adam, I just sent you that link. Come on and chit chat for a minute about your perspective, because you were kicking ass too. And also, shameless plug, if you do find your way to Salem, that'll be good, because on May 13th, when we're there for the World Series and no prep, that means you won't have no excuse to not show up for that.
Yeah.
I got zero morals, man. I'm shameless. It's all right.
Man, there's so many good races around, and unfortunately, like KD, I think was 10.5 hours from me. Like, I liked that race a lot, and I see KD does some other races too, and I'm like, I'd like to hit more of them, but it's I kind of have to weigh out what's feasible with,
It's a
if
haul
there's
for
something,
sure.
It's a haul if there's something close that's I don't know. I want to support all races, but it's how it goes. You got to make a decision on which one's the most feasible.
Oh, I do. Oh my, this guy here, first loser.
Yeah, it was either that or Brian's bitch. I couldn't remember. Couldn't decide which one to do.
Oh, I sure wouldn't call you that. So
No way.
You made me look like I'd never been in a 60-foot before.
Bro, the thing is
What was
badass
that?
right
Sorry.
now.
I said you made me look like I'd never done a 60-foot before.
Dude, I had to throw all of it at it. I knew it because, I know your other car was fast. I know you're really, really good. And I don't have shit out the back door, which you could tell. So I had to do everything up front I could to hopefully, make it work.
Yeah. Oh, you had me worried. I was like, dang, he's out on me.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like, man, he's going to be coming, I'm sure. And it's like, I just didn't have quite enough to hold it off. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, you gave it like I said, you had me worried. You gave it a good effort. At 60, I was like, man, he's out there quick. So
yeah, it took it all. That right lane is really good, kind of like you said earlier. I was super lucky. I was in the right lane all night. So for me, it was good. I was able just to keep data going on it, and I never had to jump in the left lane and try it. So for me, it was a lot of luck on Saturday.
You were in the right lane the whole time, weren't you?
Yeah, I was super lucky. Then, I had a bye earlier, and then when it went to me, Sean, and Brian, we all three had the bye, and my boy did a good job of drawing it again for me, which helped out a lot. It could have been me and Bumper racing each other. Instead, at least we had a shot at going to the finals together.
Yeah.
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 Sure.
No. So what's going on with gap training? Because, bro, that thing looks a lot faster than last time I saw it.
So the crazy thing is it actually took me until the round against Dylan. So before the semis, until I got it actually moving faster out. I'm normally on M5, and with the new combo, I'm going to go to, I won't need the M5 anymore. I didn't think. So I kind of put the truck back on M1 right now before I switch everything. A 5 with John's car and Travis's car, but I'll tell you, with my truck, dude, M5 to M1, I lost a lot. I had to get way more aggressive down low with timing. I had to get way more aggressive with boost up top. Normally I run on 35 to 36, 37 pounds. Dude, I had to crank that bitch up to 40 against Brian to try to keep up a little bit. And and put all the timing in it I could. It was like, this thing's either going to go pretty good or it's going to blow to pieces, one or the other. And it made it. So now 42 is going to be the next attempt at boost. So we'll put 42 or 40 until it stops making steam or blows the heads off of it, I guess.
I don't know what you had, if it was like a breather or if it was,
it was a breather.
What you had. Dude, when you went by me, I threw the chute right before the finish line. So when it caught, you went by me, and I could just see stuff behind your your rear window. And I was like, man, I think he threw the kitchen sink at that.
Oh, they definitely did. The one breather I got, the drain or the breather hole or whatever is in the back of the valve cover, and I need to do bigger ones, and I need to go to the back. But yeah, it tends to push a little oil out that one, and then it's all out the place. But yeah, I was kicking the shit out of it all night, trying to go faster and faster, and just try to keep up, because it definitely got quick there for sure. And I normally don't quite have enough out back to keep up, so I had to really get after it early, which, like, I guess having a combination that doesn't work that good out back has forced me to really have to make the thing work good up front to have a chance. So once we get a little more horsepower, hopefully out back will be better. And if I keep doing things up front, it'll be a pretty decent setup.
Yeah, for sure.
I still amazed how well the leaf spring works on it. I mean, I think I out 60 footed over Saturday, like better than Bumper did, better than Dylan did with their 4-link cars. And sometimes the leaf springs just work, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like you said, you were out on me pretty good, and I was like, dang, that thing just left hard.
I knew you had the power coming in. I was just waiting for it. I'm just looking over going, oh, man, here he comes. And that's what happens to me all the time. I watch all the guys drive around me at the end, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
I was glad to see you do so well, because you had a new car out. I mean, I was happy for you. It sucks having a car torn up. So it was cool you got another one together and did so well with it.
Yeah, thank you. It was an honor to race you in the final too. You know, you and Bumper, like I said earlier, you know, I knew you guys were teammates, so I knew that whatever data he got from racing was going straight to you. And
we knew I had to go real fast to keep up.
I was like, I know I got my work cut out for me, because they have a good idea of exactly what I just ran. So
Yep. We had an idea, man.
I mean, I think it's cool that you guys have the opportunity to do that, you know, work as a team, and it's definitely cool. You guys are doing good. So
yeah, it helps us out a lot. It's definitely an advantage for us for sure.
Yeah.
But thanks, Jasper. No, it's a good time. Milan is always a fun place to race. We love going there every time. We've been very lucky to do well there a lot. You mean, at least go a lot of rounds, and Bumpers won one, I think, or two or something. But it's a good place. We get to see some fun Canadian people too. All them Canucks come down and play race car with us too.
Yeah, for sure.
Which they need to do more often, and I'm hounding them.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, they talked about coming to 42 this weekend. Let's hope the weather gets better, because, you know, now that's going to go from the backside. So for us, that's what we want to see, is that really bad stuff. You know, 42 would get decent up front when it was, you know, starting at the finish line kind of stuff, because there was just enough rubber out there. But from the back, it's going to be a lot more challenging, which is what I want.
Yeah, I don't think they did it once. I think they did it once from the backside, maybe twice.
Right.
And then it got shut down by the IHRA, but the IHRA's kind of coming to their senses. So I don't think anybody's been backwards there in 2 years. So it'll pretty much be fresh and new.
Yeah, it's going to be slow, but, you know, and rough.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be a driver and a tuner's game, right?
All day.
Yeah,
all day.
I know.
Which is impressive that Brent.
First time.
It's impressive, Brian, that you do so well, because you're a motorcycle dude and you now like jump in a car and you act like you've been racing cars and tuning cars forever.
Dude, last year was my first season doing this, honestly. Like,
that's insane.
I'm new to it, but I mean, like, I'm friends with, you know, Mork and Schoolboy and those guys. And, you know, we've talked about it before, like, racing is racing, you know. I mean, yeah, there's differences, but I learned so much from the motorcycle industry that, you know, transfers over. So, yeah, I'm new to the car world, but it's not like I'm new to racing. So,
yeah, you run a good program, obviously, because you've done very well already.
Thank you, sir. So, I know you guys humbled me at, what was it, the Big End Banger last year?
Yeah.
I came out there and I left there and I'm like, man, I got to work on some of these bad surfaces, because these guys just made me look like I don't know what I'm doing. So,
I think before you came to that race, you had already, did you win like Kentucky Cash Days maybe, or at least a Salem race or two? You were kicking some ass before you came up there.
Yeah, I won at Salem, and but it's crazy all the different surfaces. And, I showed up there and definitely left humbled from you guys. So you guys have
thanks.
had that stuff dialed in. So
Yeah.
There's a twilight zone of a surface though. Like it looks like it could be fast, but it ain't that fast.
Yeah.
At the
I thought,
banger.
Milan looked the same way Saturday. I thought first round was a little bit, it looked like it was going to be a little better than it was. It wasn't really as good as it looked the first round, at least. But as soon as that sun went down, when the sun went down and the clouds came in, then it got real good.
Yeah.
Did you guys go the fastest? It looked like that looked like the fastest race I've seen at Milan.
It's been that fast before. That's kind of where it seems to keep getting towards the finals, is somewhere in that neighborhoods where it kind of keeps going to.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell if it was faster or if more people have now figured it out, because
I think the lanes got a little closer. Yeah, the lanes got a little closer than they had been. Maybe, again, like probably not quite in the 60 as much, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it was before. Before, the left lane could be a death sentence depending on how good you were at like really bad surfaces.
My mile an hour out the back was exactly the same in both lanes.
Cool.
Like the only difference that I had in it was just the 60. From there on it was pretty much identical, which is, it's cool when you can go somewhere and the lanes aren't, a huge deciding factor.
Yeah,
so.
For sure. For sure.
Is this true, Brian? Is this true? You're no stranger to the streets either?
No, I'll race on the streets. I don't have a problem with that. So.
Oh, well, you should come to Uncaged. We have a little bit of fun. We have a little bit of fun the day before.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Like I'll get down in the streets. I'm not scared of that. So,
Brian, aren't you from Wisconsin or something?
I'm right on the Illinois-Wisconsin border, like in the center of the state. So
you're a long haul to get down to race with all of us. Yeah,
for sure. It's sorry, my dogs are gonna go nuts here for a minute, but I don't know how loud they are on you guys' end, but yeah, it's a bit of a haul. To most of the stuff that I come to, honestly, there's not a lot up by us, for this style of racing. So, but.
Yeah, for sure. We're super lucky. We're surrounded by like 2 hours any direction. We can kind of get to something decent.
Yeah. Unless I'm doing like a little small street event, with like the Southside guys. Most everything I do is, I think we've only got 2 events that are closer than 6 hours from me.
Damn.
So,
yeah.
It's
what? We got one of the World Series at Humboldt in Iowa. How far are you from that? That's not far for you.
No, that one's 5.5, something like that.
Holy shit.
So
you're way down there then. You're way down to the bottom of the state then, right?
No, I'm way at the top.
That's only 6 hours for me to get there. I think six and a half hours.
I'm way up the top. Humboldt, I was there twice last year. I actually, one of the PYOP races last year I was going to come to, I was looking at it. It was the one that got rained out, and I was trying to make a decision. They're about the same distance from me or Humboldt, and I ended up going out to Humboldt, and Milan got rained out. So it was it always sucks when you're looking at it and you're looking at the weather and you've got an event you want to go to and you're like, man, where am I going? I hate those weekends. But.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You should try Dig or Die for sure. Also, you love that surface.
Whew, dude, I got smoked at Dig or Die. I went there for the Christmas Clash, and this car was new. And dude,
you were there in December?
I made a fool of myself out there.
It's a very tough surface, and it changes all the time too. It's not the same track all the time either. It's really a challenging one, and it's a lot of killers. Like you don't normally get a freebie to try to figure it out.
So I went out there I got this car done right about the time that, weather was starting to hit. So only had like 5 or 6 passes on it. And I was like, you know what, we're going to go send it. And I went out there and dude got my teeth kicked in. I ended up getting a competition bye first round because the dude left from the rain. And I failed miserably first round. And then second round, I made some changes and it was almost as bad. And I had to come home and put this thing in the garage and look at it every day like, man, I hate this thing. Like, I want my old car back. And I couldn't wait for, get down south and hit a couple more races and get some time on it so I didn't have to hate it so much. But
little redemption.
It just, that was like a 16-hour drive, I think it was. And, to take a new car out there and then you just get, destroyed. And I was like, man, this sucks. Then you got to look at it all winter and wait for the weather to break. So,
let's see if he fixed it or not.
Yeah. But
what is your combo LS? It's LS turbo, right?
Yeah. I say same junk everybody else has, an LS with a couple turbos on it. So,
yeah. Is it methanol or E85?
Methanol. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. It's a pretty basic combo. It's not, nothing crazy. So just it's a Gen 4 5.3, rod piston motor. So
excellent.
But yes, sir.
They work.
Yeah, they do.
The good stuff.
Great.
It is.
I've got some plans to change up my combo, and now a couple of my buddies are shaking their head at me going, you sure you want to change that thing? It looks like it's working pretty good. And I'm like, I don't know anymore. So not sure what I'm doing.
Maybe work on the upgrade until that one don't work no more.
Right.
It's inevitable.
Kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
It is inevitable.
Yeah.
But
it just takes so much time.
Well, sometimes you start a new combo, you're like, I'm going to do something different, better. And then, I'm sitting here looking at it and it's like, well, what I have is working really well. Like, do I really want to mess with it? So, because you change anything and all of a sudden it changes your converter and changes,
all the data starts over.
Yes, 100%. So,
that's really, we always talk about it with Sean's. That's one reason I really think Sean is so good too. His combo hasn't changed in like 2 years. And, when you make 250, 300 passes a season, that's a lot of data on everything being the same. When you're really chipping away at little things at that point. So, when you start over, you just don't know how long it's going to take to get back there again. So it can definitely be like a scary idea.
Yeah. And I've learned it doesn't take much sometimes to throw the whole thing out in left field. But,
100%. 100%.
So, you're
like I say, especially with converter.
Backwards. Yeah. And we talked about that a little bit too. Like Saturday I was at the end of what my converter will do. It was starting to blow through pretty good. And it's
you need a little bit more blow through, man. Hit that thing harder. I need you to slip that a little bit more for me.
That's what I was half afraid of. I'm like, I can't really hit it any harder. I kind of just got to stick with what I'm doing. So
Yep.
But you know how you're looking at the data and you're like, man, I'm right on that threshold of like, it might start actually slowing down.
Yes, exactly right. That's a crazy thing when you start putting power and it starts going the other way.
Yeah, you go back and you look at your drag and you're like, what the heck just happened? So, but,
it sucks.
Oh yeah, Adam. Well, that's what we were talking about Saturday, man. Sometimes just that damn domino effect. And sometimes you end up changing every damn thing.
Yeah.
Because, yes,
sure.
They are all a financial wormhole.
Definitely.
No racer ever liked money.
Yeah. It's hard to have many other addiction problems if you got a serious race car problem.
Yeah.
Keeps you out of trouble that way.
Amen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're going to Salem. You're going to 42. Who else? You bringing the whole gang out?
Oh, yeah.
42?
For sure. And if I kind of was looking at the weather, it's kind of like you were talking earlier. If the weather gets bad up here, maybe it's good at Salem. We might go south down there and try to race. That surface is a little fast for what we're normally set up on, but You know, the only way to get more data is to do other races. So that might be something we look at going down and doing just to try to get something out of it, you know, have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Maybe get
I don't know,
lucky.
that surface isn't as good as it looks sometimes either.
Right.
I think the two of them are pretty similar, actually.
Okay.
But it's
I
my
really
honest
liked
opinion
it.
on it.
I really liked sailing before they grounded. It was really kind of, you know, it was decent up front, like a lot closer to Milan, I feel like, because it was still a little bit gravelly, but man, since they grounded, it was just so much smoother up front. And then you get a bunch of big tire cars that just lay down the rubber, and it doesn't take much to start to go pretty fast there.
Yeah. So,
But they all have their challenges.
yeah, they do for sure. So it's just, I mean, we touched base on this Saturday night too, trying to pick where your vehicle fits in, you know.
Yeah, exactly
But,
right. It's so hard to have one that can run backside and even front side, let alone like a bad backside to a really good backside is almost a lot of stuff can change just there. And yeah, if you're on the edge of like the converter's a big one. If you're on the edge, a really good converter that works really well on a ugly backside, it may be a real struggle to make it work on a good backside or a front side at all.
yeah, for sure. So it's that always that struggle.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So,
Trying to make them do everything the best they can, but it's almost impossible.
yeah. So for sure.
Can't take you guys anywhere. Sweet. Well, thanks for coming on, Adam.
Yeah. Thanks for
Love
having
you,
me.
brother.
Good job, Brian. Great job. Love you too, man. Yeah. Great job.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you out there
guys, too.
again.
Sounds good, buddy.
Yeah.
So
Have a good one, guys.
Hopefully we'll see you Saturday.
Hell yeah. I hope so.
We'll talk to you. All right, buddy. Well, any sponsors or anybody you want to shout out or anything before we wrap it up here?
man, I just mainly got to thank my girlfriend, you know, for putting up with me doing this, and she comes with, you know, a lot of times we're on some, you know, all-nighters, and she is my biggest help. You know, she when I first started doing this, she didn't want to pour the puddle or help back me in or any of that stuff, and she stepped up big time. And I got a couple of buddies that come with, and I got to thank you know, Brandon and Ashley Mork. Them guys have been awesome for, you know, helping me out. Brandon yells at me on occasion for being a rookie and making dumb mistakes, but yeah, I mean, we all know how Brandon is. He gets a little worked up at me every once in a while for doing something dumb, but I need it, so it's good. But
Nah, I mean, listen, I love those two to death, but yeah, he's very easily excited.
yeah. After KD last year when I lost in that final, the car went hard left, and he's like, "What do you got going on with this, that, the other thing?" And he's like, "Dude, you're an idiot. You need to fix that right now." And I was like, "Yeah, it would have been nice to know beforehand." But no, those guys have been a huge help in my program. So, and I got to thank Jordan from Janie Performance too. He helped me Saturday. I didn't know he was going to be there, but we showed up with a light crew, and he gave me a good hand. You know, just making sure I was in the groove and everything else. So it's good to have another, you know, guy just helping out. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it's basically just my friends for helping and, you know, being part of the program. So.
Oh yeah, sweet. So yeah,
Yes, sir.
Can't do it without the ladies, and congrats on the win. Hats off to you. So yeah, man. Well, congratulations. Enjoy it, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thanks for having me on, and we'll for sure see you guys at some more races. So.
All right, buddy. Take care. We'll talk to you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
So yeah, great dude, man. Was good to get to know him a little bit this weekend, and then I'm glad that I got to know him a little bit better, and you guys did too tonight. And man, I'm telling you, everybody's going to know him here real soon with that new car and that new combo. It's definitely going to kick some ass. So we got, let me do this real quick. We kind of went a little long talking to those guys. So this weekend, got plenty to do. All right. It's Friday, Cincy Street Nights. Always a good time down there. Front side, no prep. Guys, 10 Soldiers always do, and the Edgewater staff always do a great job with those. And then you got Capitol Raceway Saturday. No prep, flashlight cash days with Limpy, Hobbs Airfield, New Mexico. I've never heard of that one before. So if you're over in that region, go say hi to my homie Limpy. And then wait, this is May. What the fuck am I doing? Listen, I don't know what happened there. There we go. Cincy Street Nights. Oh shit. Cincy Street Nights. Slugfest. Asphalt Mayhem. Missouri. Mr. Whipple's No Prep in Texas. Clash for Cash over at Salem Motorsports Park, Salem, Indiana. D-Team at the Rewind. West Salem at Dragway 42. Midnight Madness. But you know where I'll be. Hinton Street Races. I do love that place. I gotta get back there this year. They always do a great job down there. No bullshit ball racing, no prep. Airport Lane at Berkeley Springs. Hoosier No Prep. Terre Haute, Indiana. No Joke, No Prep at London, Kentucky. Streetcar Takeover. Titans of 10-5 Series, Centerville Dragway. I can't pronounce that in Arkansas. Centerville Dragway. So there's lots of great races. I see several that are like within 2 or 3 hours of each other. I don't know why that's still happening. I mean, I do, and I could go into it a little bit, but I really am working on being a kinder, gentler Josh. But come on. There's like four races that 4 or 5 races that I just read off of there that are within 3-4 hours of each other max. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. We definitely need more S10s. We need all the S10s you can get. Oh God. Can't take this guy anywhere at all, ever. So a lot of great racing this weekend. I still only have like half functionality on my personal page. I'm still arguing with these idiots. So I don't have Messenger. I don't know. It's a joke. Whatever is going on with Facebook is a joke. I hate this platform. And that's all. I'm not even going to speak anymore on it. I don't know. So my account is partially unlocked, not completely. I don't know. I'm not sending them my driver's license or social security card or any of that shit. And hopefully they can figure their bullshit out soon. So unfortunately, if I am a little bit difficult to get a hold of, just make a post on your page and tag me in it or something in the meantime. And I'll answer all the questions I can to help anybody out with anything the best I can in the meantime. Send Zuckerberg a message for me. Tell him to stop fucking with me, my account. I don't know. But I don't either. I'm about to reevaluate several things with you, buddy. I'll tell you that right now. John's good people. John and his family are great. So anyhow, everybody have a great week. Get your buggies ready, or get your spectator gear ready, and get your ass out and support some of these local events. If you're going where I'm going, I'll see you at Cincy Street Nights on Friday and the Rewind on Saturday, because neither one of those races ever disappoint. They're always a great time, great people. And if you're going to, if you want to hit 2 for 1, you're coming in from out of state or something, it's 2 good opportunities. I think Cincy Street Nights and Dragway 42, I think it's like about 3.5, 4 hour drive maybe. So it's not that far. Hit CSN Friday, stay the night down there. They got free camping on site. And then get your ass up in the morning, get a shower, head on up to Dragway 42 and go do some backside stuff, especially now that it's going to be backwards from all the way down at the other end. So it's going to be challenging and fun, man. We're going to have some fun. Yep. Have a great week. You too, brother. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. You're awesome. I'll be up there. I'm not missing anything up there. I'll be at Lapeer a couple times this year too. I'm definitely going back up there. I just don't, man, I got so much going on. I can't keep up with anything in my life right now. But I am going to get my schedule for the year together, and I'll be up at Lapeer too. So you guys like to come up there, or send me a message and let me know what races you guys are going to at Lapeer, and maybe I'll come up there then when they're doing a good no prep race or a prep race, whatever. I'll come up to either one. I appreciate you, homie. You know how it is, man. We just staying in the fight every day. I can't say that life's not bad. I know I post things and sometimes people are like, oh man, it's not that bad. I don't mean to post stuff to come across negative. Sometimes I interpret something one way and I post it, and other people interpret it a different way. But, it's just real challenging. I just got a real busy schedule right now, and I do it to myself all the time. I take on way more than I should. I really kind of need as far as video editing and stuff, I need a helper, somebody that's available and willing to work. I got to get that sorted out pretty soon too, because I can't keep up. But hey man, we're gonna show up every damn time and have fun regardless and hang out with everybody. Mike, what's up, homie? Cincy Street Nights and the Rewind. Cincy Street Nights at Edgewater on Friday, and the Rewind at Dragway 42 backwards race. So the Edgewater's front side no prep, and it'll be fast. I mean, you'll see some fast killers there. It'll start off a little bit fast, and then it'll get real fast by the end of the night. I mean, those guys get like mid-4s going down there on small tires. They're flying. They'll be on there making 460 to 480 passes. No bullshit. I mean, flying. Rewind is not so much going to be that. That's going to be a tuner and a driver's race. because like I said earlier, it's backwards, and they haven't raced that way in a couple years, so it's pretty much just virgin surface. So it's going to be good. Did you not just hear what I said? I need help. I didn't say I had time to teach anybody. What the fuck are... Look, see, this is me and you, man. Me and you right now. We ain't doing that. I mean, when I definitely help her, though, you know that. That's all we can do, man. That's all we can do. I'm just trying to make 1% progress every day. That's it. And I'm doing a great job at that. So that's all that matters. I'm going to get 1% better every day, no matter what it is I'm doing. So I'm 1% more patient, 1% more kind, more understanding, trying to be more thoughtful, et cetera, et cetera. So just 1%, that's all we need, man. Jamie, what's up? Moving the starting line up from last year. All right. Well, not like his butthole, but yeah. I know you will, brother. I appreciate you guys. You know that. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to get my ass to, I got some shit I got to do. I got to try and edit pictures and video from Detroit Hood TV and Extra Virgin, see? And post some content for you guys. So appreciate all you guys. We're going to have some fun this weekend. Get your cars ready. Get your spectator gear ready. And I'll see you guys at the tracks. Have a great week.